Unicom 97633 taking runway 13 for departure, departing the pattern out of the downwind to the northwest.
Where are we going?
We are going to Pageland for the breakfast club this morning.
97633, radar contact 1 mile south of Hamilton on airport, altitude 1,500. Climb maintain 5,000, clear direct Papa Yankee Golf.
Good morning, Shaw Approach 97633 is with you out of 3.3 for 5.
Number 97633, Shaw Approach, good morning, Shaw altimeter 29er and 9er 8.
9er 8.
Morning, Johnny.
Good morning. At Pageland traffic 97633, 3 mile final, runway 06 at Pageland, inbound on the RNAV approach.
Days of 500 Victor, anything good downwind, 6, station number 2, friendly.
At Pageland traffic 97633, final runway 06 at Pageland.
Nothing new. Can still smell her perfume. Taking these shots from ones I thought I knew. Heart up in motion with all kinds of poison. Fly off or fly on, don't know what to do. Never stop loving you. We can drive all night. We can drive all night. Take my hand, take my heart, take my every word, take my whole soul too. Every light, every star in the universe leads me back to you. Here we are in the heart of the hurricane, floating out to sea. I ain't scared of the dark or the pouring rain. When you're here with me, we can drive all night. We can drive all night. Drive all night. Take my hand, take my heart, take my every word, take my whole soul too. Every light, every star in the universe leads me back to you. Washed ashore from the eye of the hurricane, you returned to me. I was yours since the first day of my life, and I'll always be. We can drive all night. We can drive all night.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pageland, South Carolina, to the South Carolina Breakfast Club. My name's Alex Mello. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the Joe and Nina Cook hangar. They've been here for over 25 years. The C-45 belongs to Joe and Nina Cook, along with the man chain and the Waco out front here. And they're undergoing a little bit of maintenance this time of the year. Thank you again for having us, and thanks for joining us. And I'll turn it over to our host for the South Carolina Breakfast Club.
Thank you, sir.
And
Before we get started, I'd like to thank all of the folks over here who came out early and cooked. I talked with Bob this morning. He said they're going to be out here at 7. And I was talking to somebody. Who was I talking to this morning about the weather? Yep. Thank you for your progress. I think the next thing we need to try to get for here is an AWOS. Because we were trying to figure out what airplane we were going to bring this morning. And last night it looked like it was going to be a little iffy, so we brought the 182. We normally fly our RANs. But I want to thank everybody for coming in. Thank the folks who got up and served, and they're still making food. So I guess if you haven't had enough, I think they just came out with the hash browns. So don't make them take food home with them. And let's give the folks that made breakfast for us this morning a big hand. Well, how many people do we have here who have never been to a breakfast club before? You fly or drive? Drove? Well, good. We have a few people new every time. And to those of you who have never been to a breakfast club, you are now lifetime members. This organization started in 1938 in Orangeburg. It was started by a gentleman named Thomas Summers. He was a local businessman. And he was looking for a way to spend some time with his daughter before church on Sunday morning. And he had a little air coupe at the time. And he and Sylvia would get in that air coupe, fly to a different airport every other Sunday or so. And before long, some of his other friends that were flyers in Orangeburg and the surrounding area found out what he was doing. And they'd call him on Saturday night and ask him where he was going the next day. And they'd all get together and have breakfast. And back then, this was in 38. So in the late 30s, early 40s, they had a little bit more flexibility as to where they could go. And remember in the early 50s it was in Lamar, 53 I think it was. The town of Lamar had the breakfast club, but they didn't have an airport. So they said, that's not a problem, we'll cordon off Railroad Avenue, right perpendicular to Main Street, and you can land on Railroad Avenue downtown and turn down Main Street, and then back the airplanes up against some storefronts and had breakfast in the Main Street restaurant. They also, in Beaufort County, had breakfast on the beach at Hunting Island, sponsored by Beaufort County, and they had trailers to bring chairs and tables and food. Had about 25 airplanes on the beach. So those little places we can't do anymore, unfortunately. We do have some grass strips that we go to. How many of you went to Triple Tree 2 weeks ago? How many here are pilots and have never landed on grass? Good. You've all landed on grass. Have you all been to Triple Tree? Yep. It's a very challenging strip. It's only 7,000 feet long and 400 feet wide. So if you can't land long ways, you can probably land crossways. But we go to Roxton Bridge and Triple Tree and Palmetto Air are the 3 grass strips we've got now. We're starting to slowly lose our grass strips. We don't go to Holly Hill anymore. So if you have a chance to get some of these grass strips, please avail yourself of it. They're all very neat, and pretty much anything that you can fly can get into there. Gerald, our past president, used to fly Baron in there. So if you get a Baron in there, you can pretty much get anything with an airplane in there. So let's give the people who've never been to the Breakfast Club who are now lifetime members a hand. familiar with the ball. Most of us are. Not long after the Breakfast Club started, Mr. Summers, as kind of a little poke at some of the pilots, would award the pilot who made the worst landing at the Breakfast Club the ball. And the pilot who made the worst landing had to sign the ball, take it with him, and bring it back to the next meeting. Between 1938 and 1946, they lost so many balls because the pilots who had to sign them never would come back that the president just started keeping it. And our last president, Gerald Ballard, had the ball. He was president of our Breakfast Club for some 30-odd years. And he kept telling people it's all done in fun, it's all about safety. You sign the ball, your signature won't be on there for very long. His last ball is in Orangeburg in the display cabinet, and he had that ball for, I know, 20 years, and there were still signatures on it, but it had gotten so deflated it looked more like a raisin than a ball. And I know he went through 3 or 4 airplane wrecks himself with that ball. I know he flipped the bearing with it in it. So it has come a long way, and this is our 3rd one, I think. And it's gotten to the point where a lot of the pilots are making such good landings that we've tried to broaden our scope and started paying closer attention to the tailwheel pilots. And then they started making such good landings, and we just broadened it to try to be a celebratory thing. And I know we've had people who fly unusual airplanes sign the ball, especially if it's an old biplane, or people, young people that are making their goals, getting certificates or ratings, or getting ready to go off to school in aviation. So among the crowd here, do we have anybody that is a candidate for the ball this morning?
Who brought the Lake Buccaneer in? We've never had a Lake Buccaneer come in.
That was awesome.
Where are you
I
out
called
of?
Joe and I checked with Joe, and over the 27 years he's been here, he doesn't recall a Lake Buccaneer coming in. So
Where are you out of?
that's pretty unique.
Advance. North Carolina. North Carolina.
Okay. How long have you had the lake?
This is my 3rd one.
Oh my. So we're going to have the Lake Buccaneer gentlemen sign our ball. Let's see, right up there.
That was too much.
That was the 2nd amphibian here, because we had the float plane.
On float.
Thank you, sir. Let's give him a hand. All right. Everybody got your tickets out? I guess I better look. No. All right. First number's a 0. Second number's a 2. 3rd number is a 0. 4th number is a 6. 5th number is a 9. Last number is a 6. Who's got 696?
had a feeling.
I want to thank y'all again for coming. Fly safely on the way home. And we'll see you at the beach tomorrow.
Some type of way, oh yeah. Oh, I've been craving something sweet. I think you got just what I need. Yeah. Friday night, think I might take a chance and come out to play. I got a good feeling on you. I got a good, really good feeling on you.
traffic, 97633, taking runway 06 for departure, departing the pattern area to the southwest out of Pageland.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us for the Breakfast Club this morning.